What are the things that they're most concerned about right now? So we will begin with Serene Hamsho. Serene, in the field of innovation and invention, what's keeping you up at night right now?
Well, I'm glad you asked me this question. Too many things that keep me up at night. Probably the most one of them is my 1-year-old baby. And the other thing is that we are living the technological revolution, and I'm glad that every one of the speakers who took the stage today and yesterday, he mentioned this fact. But the question is how to be a revolutionist, how to jump into this revolution, which is very similar to the Industrial Revolution that happened in the 17th, except that the Industrial Revolution was led by only 5, 6, 7 men like Vanderbilt, Morgan, Ford, Carnegie, Rockefellers. This revolution only needs an idea and a laptop. And to be more specific, you need an idea and internet. Some people might argue that funding is one of the problems. Funding is not the first thing. If you have a strong idea, you will find funding for it. Actually, the businessmen and women who are sitting in the first row here are ready to fund you if you have a strong idea. And just a matter of fact, companies in Singapore are losing and failing because of too much funding. So it's not the question. So 3 facts that I would like to shed the light on today, but before I start, I'm glad that you mentioned innovation and invention. Let me ask, how many engineers do we have in the room today? كم مهندس موجود اليوم معنا في هذه الغرفة? Please raise your hand. You're the best. Those are my folks over there. Let me ask you a question for you and for the audience as well. What's the difference between invention and innovation? ما هو الفرق بين الإبداع وبين الاختراع؟ Invention is turning money into ideas. الاختراع أن تحول المال إلى فكرة. Innovation is turning ideas into money. الإبداع أن تحول الأفكار إلى مال. Why Thomas Edison took all the credits for the light bulb, although he's not the guy who invented the light bulb, and many of you know this? Because he commercialized it. He made it affordable for every average American to get a light bulb. And this is the mindset that we need to adopt in our region. So fact number 1, we need to differentiate between invention and between innovation. Fact number 2, this technological revolution is your playground, youth. This technological revolution, unfortunately or fortunately, the senior or traditional business men and women, the business shark, will never understand this. You know why? Because they don't have the tools to think about this. They don't use to think virtually. When you give an idea to a businessman, he immediately thinks about physical thing. He thinks about manufacture. He thinks about ships coming back and forth from China to the Middle East. Technological revolution is about virtual market. The world is yours. So this is the fact number 2. Fact number 3, look at the stable market. I'm going to give an example since I'm working at GE, so I'm going to use GE as an example here. A stable, very strong company, one of the biggest in the world, with over 100,000 employees. It's 25 years old in the market. Let's compare it with Alibaba. شو بيبيع Alibaba? Nothing. Company, 16 or 19 years old, 20,000 employees only. The revenue of Alibaba is $165 billion. The revenue of GE last year was $125 billion. So you can understand how the virtual market does. The same example with Airbnb, Uber, and the other WhatsApp now with Facebook. Amazon actually has some real products, but Uber, for example, they don't have any taxi. Airbnb, the largest accommodation company in the world, they have no real estate. So this is the second fact. The third fact, and I quote from Steve Jobs, if you can be a pirate, why to join the Navy? And I would add, if you know how to swim, don't mind be a diver. إذا كنت تعرف السباحة لا تمانع أن تغوص. الفرق بين الشباب وبين المؤسسات كالفرق بين القراصنة وقبطان السفن. Difference between, let's say, the startups and the big companies are similar to the Somalian pirates versus the cruise captain. What's the difference between them? Both of them have the same skills. The pirate, small boat, few guns, but great benefit from attack. The last thing that I'd like to mention here, which is a word for the businessmen and businesswomen who are sitting in front of me, please invest in the youth. The youth have a quick adaptation. They love experience. They are limitless. And that's why companies like Apple, they moved from B2B business to B2C business because they want to invest in the youth. So that's actually what keeps me up at night in a nutshell.
Thank you very much for that, Serene.